write me a check. This is the only car I wasn't prepared for, but this one's got your red calipers, horsepower-wise.
550.
550. Ooh, we got the hot rod. You're looking at the R type here, so it's got the big motor in it, all-wheel drive, 550 horsepower. What are you looking for in vehicle fix, sir? Handling. You'll appreciate the all-wheel drive. It's got different drive modes that I'll walk through with you and show you how to change those from dynamic to more comfort.
Is this all-wheel drive?
It is not all-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive. I thought were all-wheel drive.
This is all-wheel drive.
It is?
Okay, yes, all-wheel drive, 550 horsepower.
I thought all the others were all-wheel drive. I thought the 550.
Like, have a seat here, sir, and check it out and see what you think.
My apologies.
I'm glad the top's down. Me too. As you'll notice here in the school, you got your Jaguar ambient lighting here as you walk in. That's one of the luxury features of Jaguar. Multi-position power seats for you. These are going to be all your settings of the car that I'll walk through with you.
Why is the thing cut off?
That's a racing style steering wheel. Yeah, it's unique to Jaguar. And you'll notice you've got the race hood, which is a centerpiece of which is a Jaguar signature hood. Customers love that. It's a tradition they've always had.
Does it have manual transmission?
You can either put an automatic transmission or you can shift it over to manual. You can shift it manually. It's a great question.
Is that what these are for over here?
Yes, you can put that. Well, you can do it in one or two ways. You can move it over to standard on the shifter there, or you can put it in the standard mode and you can use your paddle shifters up here.
Does this adjust a little bit for me?
Yeah,
It's power. See that?
Right on site. So I take it out for a test drive today?
What's it made of, Brucey? What's the car made of?
Good point. It's made of aluminum. Up to 80% of the car is made out of aluminum. So it gives you a lighter weight, with better performance, and still has the safety and the strength of more traditional style cars.
What's steel, Paul? What's still steel?
Say again?
What's still steel? Is there any steel? No, doors.
It's really aluminum. The car is aluminum.
Yeah,
Be in the frame, wouldn't it? It says up to 80%.
Okay, thank you.
Is it welded together?
No, it's not.
It's not.
There's not a weld on the car, as a matter of
Okay.
fact.
What's the advantage?
It's made by rivets, and those rivets are put in by zinc. Oh, I'm sorry. It's spot welded, and then it's riveted, and then spot welded. So there's no seams.
Riveted and glued.
Bonded.
Riveted and glued, bonded.
Say bonded.
What
Bonded.
will that give me?
That's going to give you strength and no rattles,
Kind of
stiffness,
firmness,
and
rigidity?
stiffness. Rigidity.
Rigidity. That's why I
Good
like
one. Way to go for that word.
Lighter weight.
Lighter weight. It's all about lighter weight performance.
Lighter weight
sir.
and stronger than steel, and stiffer, which it's very important in a sports car.
One of the things you usually give up with a convertible is stiffness.
Yes.
Usually there's extra bracing that has to be done, which adds weight, which cuts down on performance, cuts down on handling. This car doesn't have that. Because it's got bonding and aluminum, you don't sacrifice any stiffness, any roll, any performance in this car than you do over a
Great point.
And the bonding is amazing. Just to tell you, on a Range Rover Sport, in fact probably on all the big Range Rovers, there's 3,800 rivets in the car. Once the glue is set, once the bonding is set, you can take every single rivet out. The bonding itself would hold the car. It makes it very, very stiff, and it's very, very much stronger than a weld.
And from a safety perspective, when a car's not welded, when you get into an accident, what do you think is going to happen to those bonds?
You're going to hold together.
That's right. They don't crack, they don't break, they don't tear. Welds crack.
What's the most important button on this car?
The exhaust.
The one that makes the exhaust. That's right.
Do you like your neighbors or do you not? That's what it's all about.
First thing in the morning, just put it straight into dynamic mode. Turns the exhaust on.
Oh yeah, the way it
Todd,
starts
one of the best
up.
things about this car, you pull up to the light, Porsche 911 pulls up next to you, there's not even a question who's going to outperform who. When you pull up to the dry cleaner, there's no question who's, what car's going to get more looks. And when you pull up to
Where am I going to put my drive?
where,
Huge trunk.
that's where the girls for.
I've driven this car at 180 mile an hour on Jaguar's test track. It's amazing. Car's in completely solid.
How many went to the training for uptime? Right? What were some of the things we talked about at the training and uptime when the car came out? Heritage, right? Did we talk
Heritage,
about the
absolutely.
first letter
E-Type.
car since the
Yep.
E-Type?
First sports car
People-
since '74.
People like to hear that. Talk about the heritage of the vehicle. Talk about the first thing that the race car drivers say when you're gonna drive fast. What's the most important thing you need to know? You can stop.
The brakes are amazing.
And the brakes are amazing on this vehicle. And the sport seat, you need to talk about when you're asking a customer, when you're selling them a $113,000 car, I threw you a $66,000 curveball to see if you would understand what I was saying. But what you need to talk about on the vehicles, what else are they looking at? You've gotta find out, because then you can do exactly what Kip's talking about, what Todd's talking about. What's the difference between a Porsche and this car? What if they're looking at a Ferrari or something like that? You can have 2.5 of these in your garage and it will not outperform this car. So you,
What my customer liked about this was the fact that you don't set quite as low. Like the vet and everything, like you fall right into it. He loved the fact that it was easier to get in and out.
Who buys a Jaguar? What type of person? What type of person buys a Jaguar?
Well-to-do, I would say mature.
How come they don't buy a Porsche? How come they don't buy a Mercedes? How come they don't buy a BMW? Why do they choose a Jaguar? Because
Wanna be unique.
You choose a Jaguar.
Right. Want to be unique, you don't want to
Why?
be.
Unique, right?
Unique,
What else?
distinctive.
Heritage. What do they feel about themselves?
Special.
Want to stand out from the crowd.
I'm different.
dream car.
I'm different.
And there's a lot of passion about Jaguar. I don't know how many times
100%.
people come in and send.
100%.
I got a customer later this week. He goes, "I've always wanted a Jaguar."
100%. So when you talk about heritage, it's not heritage in the Stuttgart Porsche type of heritage, okay, with the 911 and all of that. This is the car that won World War II. We could always say that too, okay? That's for you. But this car, if you're a Jaguar person, you're unique. You see yourself as a little smarter, okay? You see yourself as standing apart from the crowd. That's why they buy a Jaguar. They don't want to be like everybody else. And if you can tap into that where they are in that, that's how you can get people excited about the car. Why are they here? Because it's easy to go buy a 3 Series, right? I mean, you could buy a 3 Series or a Camry. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? No offense to the Lexus guys, I apologize. Okay, but it's kind of the same thing. Why do you buy a Jaguar? Why do you buy an XJ? Why do you buy an XF? Why do you drive from Illinois, right, to come down and get an XF all-wheel drive? Okay, you can buy a Subaru. It's unique. You know, that's what's special. All of you are unique. You know, that's why you're here. You love the cars, right? And the people who pay the money know the car. You know, it's an emotional car, very emotional car. Rovers are about status. These are about the individual.
This hood, by the way, I don't know if it still is, it was the biggest single piece of aluminum on a car. It's one piece. And the whole thing hinges forward. You've seen it open.
They call it clamshell.
No,
that's
that's on the Rover.
Are all the Rover hoods all single piece now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they're stamped from aluminum.
Correct.
And the spoiler comes up.
That's speed.
This comes up on a convertible. It comes up at 60, I think, and goes down at 40. On the coupe, it comes up at 72, or it always did on mine, and goes down at 50. So if a cop knows what he's doing, and he sees the spoiler up on your coupe, he knows you've been doing at least 72.
I'd fight them in court on that one.
And you
Jaguar, they don't always work.
You can
I mean,
put this
come
up.
on.
You can put this up manually. You can't put it up manually on the coupe.
Yeah. Guys, get passionate about this car. We got half a dozen of them on the used car lot. We've got 10 or 11 new ones to choose from. Get passionate about the car. I mean, it's a race car, it's a fun car, but the best part about it, we all drove them in line. You can drive it just like an everyday car if you wanted to, but who would want to, right? The sounds are so cool, you turn the radio off because you want to hear the engine noise, you want to hear the exhaust. So get passionate about it. People aren't going to spend this money if you're not excited about it.
I took mine down to Gatlinburg last year, and it was like they'd never seen a nice car in Tennessee. Everywhere we went, we had people around it. It is a stunning vehicle.
Okay.
And the 550s are
Work-
all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah,
two-wheel
work
drives.
on your